You're watching BBN Tonight, presented by UK Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back into BBN Tonight. We are happy to be joined by LEX 18 Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack, the one and only.
And not talking a lick of weather tonight either. That's the thing.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
right?
crossed. Yeah, nice and calm and quiet out there tonight.
Also being joined by the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. Tom, happy Monday. How are you?
Hey guys, I know nothing about weather, so I'm glad we're not talking weather.
Well, even better then, I guess. Let's start with basketball, right? Busy week ahead, specifically John Calipari, who seems to be at his best. He's out helping the community. They're doing just that this week. 5 stops at 5 Kroger locations around the state to raise money for the victims of December's terrible tornadoes in western Kentucky. And Coach Cal has asked fans to also help him honor Joby Hall this season by signing a special program he will carry with him to the games this year. Cool community engagement. Awesome. The program will continue to honor Coach Hall in this way. We love both ideas. Tom, what do you think?
I'm right with you. I think the idea with the program and Coach Hall is a great thing. I'm trying to give some thought to ways we can also honor Mike Pratt. So I think those kinds of things are wonderful to do. And I think fans really, they are so attached to this program and the people who are a part of it that they really, welcome the opportunity to do something like that. And kudos to Cal for keeping the tornado victims front and center. Just with the passage of time for anything, there's another crisis that comes along, and there's goodness knows there's too many of them too often. But these folks have a long process to get back something close to what they had. And so any way we can help them is great.
Yeah, that's terrific, Tom. Now, 6 former Wildcats will be inducted into the UK Athletics Hall of Fame. Mike Lydon, Desiree Bryant, Kelsey Nunley, Moore, Derek Bryant, Jim Andrews, and Keenan Burton. What do you think about the class? You were on the call during Keenan Burton's time at UK. What do you think?
Love the class. Keenan, I said the other day on my radio show, it's too bad that Keenan and Wesley Woodyard didn't go in together, because I think of those two guys like that, because I would watch them at practices and they would go at each other. You would think they were mortal enemies sometimes, and yet then they'd be hugging after practice. They were such intense competitors, one on offense, one on defense, really loved going at each other. I think challenging each other made them better. I think about the time when Dickie Lyons made a bold prediction in that 06 season when they were at their lowest point, and Dickie made a bold prediction about the Mississippi State game, and to his credit, went out and had the game of his career in that Mississippi State game. But before he had a chance to do that, Coach Brooks made him do extra running for spouting off. And guys like Keenan and Wesley were out there running with him. And that was part of that bonding process that laid the foundation for some of what's happening now with Kentucky football, I think. Yeah. And I have a great Jim Andrews story that Jim told. I interviewed him several years ago. I think during the pandemic, we did a series of former player interviews. And Jim told a story about Coach Hall was on a recruiting trip, and he was headed up somewhere, I think into maybe northern Ohio or Michigan, to recruit somebody. But he stopped to get gas, and there were full service stations then in the late 60s. And the gas attendant, this was in Lima, Ohio, and Joe stops to get gas, and the gas attendant comes out to check the oil and wipe the windshield and all those things people used to do. And he says, "We've got a young man right here in Lima, Coach, that you need to go see." Well, it was Jim Andrews, and Joe took him up on it and went and saw Jim Andrews, never went and saw the other guy and signed Jim.
Wow.
That's awesome. The stories like that just blow my mind, honestly. And football season will be here before we know it, too. I know you're excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Tom,
Tailgate
I know
season
you're excited.
Coming.
Tailgate season, most importantly. And the football team has announced 2 new staffers. Tim Owens, we introduced you to him last week when I had the chance to sit down with him here on BBN Tonight. He's the new director of player development. The Cats have also brought on Danielle Braswell. She's the executive director of recruiting. Tom, we're running out of time here, but what do you think of these hires?
I don't know a lot about either individual. I think Courtney Love going back onto the field, I think that's going to be fun to see Courtney out there. I think it's probably where his passion is. So he's leaving that player development role, and he did a great job in it. But I think probably his passion is back out on the field. But just excited for all the football conversation that's going to be intensifying because we have SEC Media Days next week.
Looking forward to that. And Tom, as always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Love your insights.
Thanks, Tom.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Awesome. We'll have more BBN Tonight right after this.